Hello? Hello?
There's one there in front of her. Boy, your dog's got one there. Right? She's got one. I don't know if you want one. Yeah, man.
Okay, William Porterfield, obviously after the defeat, so ask away. Ian?
The decision to bat first, did it come back to haunt you in the end?
No, it didn't. We're happy at the halfway stage. We knew it was going to get a bit slower and lower for their spinners, so I think to bat first on it was the right decision for ourselves, the way we were going about it. They got off to a bit of a start with the bat then after that, and we clawed it back very well. And as I said there in the post-match, an area of the game has been very good over the last probably 6 weeks, has been what we've done the last 4 or 5 overs with the ball, and we just didn't get it quite right there then, obviously. So that's a slightly disappointing thing to do in this game, but we got to get that right for Friday now, and that's more a mental thing more than anything.
But it wasn't the dew then? You had no excuses with the dew?
Oh, look, it was wet, but like they said, they're quite happy to change the ball as and when. It was a lot wetter today than when it was when we played the warm-up game under lights. But it's one of those things. Dew is a little bit it is a factor, but the lads have got to be happy when they're down to the mark with the ball in their hand, and if they are, then that's fine. If they're not, then the umps have said they're quite happy to change it, so I've got no excuses with that.
I have to ask you, why did Andy McBride only bowl 3 overs?
Look, coming down the back end, it was just probably the lateness of when he came on. I was mixing him up with Sterlo. Too much of a risk to bowl him from the pavilion end, I felt, because it was not that big a hit. So to get them all in from that end with Sterlo mixing it up, I think we ended up bowling 5 overs maybe, spin. Potentially could have gone a game, but just felt it was a little bit of a risk. If we had gone for a couple of boundaries then, I was backing our seamers, and they came back okay for a couple of overs, and then there's a couple of big overs there that obviously cost us.
Just what did you make of that effort in the field, in the outfield by Gary Wilson?
Yeah, it was a serious effort. Looking at it live, I was slightly unsure if he clipped the boundary up or not, but look, that's what we practiced, and that could have been the difference in the game. So it was a serious effort, and yeah, that's why we practiced that. And he's a great fielder, so obviously can have the gloves as well. He's a good fielder in the outfield, and that can be the difference in close games. It wasn't today.
And just and also just with that, the effort in the field by Maksud earlier, what did you make of the standard of skill across the game, probably maybe barring that unfortunate last over?
Look, I think it was those glimpses, as you said, the first wicket was that serious catch to get rid of Sterlo. And again, 2020 cricket, those are the little things that make a difference. You take a catch like that, you make a save on the boundary, and all of a sudden, you see the first game was 8 runs or 9 runs, and this game came right down to the wire as well, and those things make a difference, and that's why we're practicing.
William, you said you'd have to win 3 games to qualify. I suppose you're revising expectations now, and hopefully hoping 2 does.
Yeah, well, obviously the last time we were in this situation, obviously we didn't lose the first game, but 2 wins would have taken us through. Run rate didn't affect us that last time because we just had to win that last game. We had to defend at 19.5, but run rate will be an issue this time. We're obviously relying on either Bangladesh or the Netherlands to beat Oman and then win 2 games ourselves, and then it all comes down and it is in their own hands effectively. If Oman do lose a game, if they don't, then they'll deserve to qualify, but if not, we'll be getting things right for Friday to win 2 games.
Just one more. Do you think many people might have been a bit surprised to have seen this performance by Oman? There's not a lot of people who know that much about them as a side.
No, and that's only the second time that we've played them in associate cricket, I think, if I'm right. But I think that's said it, I think, before in the press conference, that a lot of teams are catching up in 2020 cricket. I think it's a format that's played a lot around the world. It's an exciting format. It's a format that's easy to grow the game within your country. And a lot of countries are putting their resources into 2020 cricket. So I think you see a lot of teams catching up, and it's an exciting format to play, and it's great to get people involved, as I said. So it's no surprise to yourselves that a lot of people are catching up with everyone else.
Okay, any final questions?
How do you look at the fact that the opportunities to play the bigger teams are getting fewer and fewer. There's probably you've been asked this question several times in the past.
Yeah, look, I've made it no secret of how I feel about how things are set up and how things are run. You look at the 50 over competition. I've spoken a lot about that, playing 9 games in the space of 4 years. And it's not just ourselves, it's every nation. I think a lot can be done to bridge that gap in terms of playing a lot more games. So, but for now, I think we know ourselves, we've got to put performances in on the pitch, and we didn't today. So we've got to look after that. And how we do that is the next 2 games. We beat Bangladesh and we beat the Netherlands. Then we're giving ourselves a great chance to go through into the next phase. Then we will meet a lot of teams. So look, a lot of teams have lost their first game and bounced back, and if we get through to the next phase, then no one's going to be bothered about this game. But we've got to get that right for Friday, and as I said, I think that's more mental than anything else, because we've done a lot of good things before coming into the competition. You don't just lose that overnight or in the space of a few overs.
Thank you. Just to let you know, tomorrow we're doing a charity event here at the ground with UNICEF from 2:15 to 2:45, and there'll be media beforehand, before we start training at 3 o'clock. You're very welcome to come along. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just all of you to switch off your mobiles, please. Thank you.
Moving on the player of the match, Anwar Ali, and the vice Oman captain, Sultan Ahmed here. We'll take questions for the player of the match first, and the potential player questions for the match first. Then we move on to the first question, please.
When you went in, just tell us about your entire knock and tell us just react to the victory. I mean, and your knock.
Amir or Sultan?
Any one of you can.
अल्लाह का शुक्र है, बिस्मिल्लाह, बहुत खुशी हो रही है. हमारे कोचेज़ ने हमें बहुत सपोर्ट दी है कि इंशाल्लाह कर सकते हैं हम लोग. तो आज अल्लाह ताला ने हमें बहुत इज़्ज़त दी. अल्लाह का शुक्र.
We saying that we thank Almighty Allah that He has given this opportunity for us to win this first international match, and of course in the World Cup. From the coaches, from the management, everybody has helped them to get this achievement.
अब 37 साल की उम्र में तो कई लोग रिटायर होने की सोचते हैं. आपने डेब्यू किया, अपने वो सफ़र के बारे में बताइए कि आप लगे रहे कि खेलने को मिले और फिर आपने खेला, और अब क्या काम अदरवाइज क्या करते हैं क्रिकेट के अलावा?
बस अल्लाह ताला ने इज़्ज़त दी. शुरू से क्रिकेट ही खेल रहे हैं. भाई खेलते थे तो क्रिकेट खेलते खेलते फिर ओमान में आ गए. फर्स्ट क्लास भी खेला था मैं, और ओमान में फिर कंपनी से खेला, फिर दूसरी कंपनी से खेला. अभी हम लोग ओमान की चैम्पियन टीम से हम लोग खेलते हैं. तो बस अल्लाह ताला ने इज़्ज़त दी. अल्लाह का शुक्र है.
He's playing cricket right from the onset in the middle, and then later on he moved to Oman, and his team is the current Oman League champion, and working in the company in the sales department.
हम लोग शुरू से खेल रहे हैं, लेकिन हम लोग डिवीज़न 2 में थे, फिर बाद में नीचे चले गए थे. तो अभी ज़्यादा हम लोगों ने मेहनत की तो इसका अल्लाह ताला ने अजर दिया हमको.
We used to play WCL 2, but unfortunately, because of not performing well, we went up to WCL 5. But now again, we are trying to come back where we were before. That's what we're trying to do.
Can I ask what you would have done if you'd have won the toss? Would you have batted or fielded?
क्या
क्या?
कौन सा तुम्हारा टॉस जीत के?
No, we all decide if we win the toss, we have to bat.
You were batting.
We have to bat, and our target is 160 plus. And if we bowl first, we try to restrict them to 150, below 150. So we had to plan, and I think bowlers did well in the last death overs. They bowled well last 4-5 overs. I think due will be one factor, but 150 will be achievable target. Our batting strength, number 7 to 8 batsmen will be carry the innings till last 150, 160 will be chaseable, and we have strength in batting lineup.
ये एमेचर्स की टीम है और इतनी बड़ी जीत कितना मायने रखती है. और मुझे आप ये भी बता सकते हैं कि आप जैसे पूछा 9 to 5 आप डिफरेंट जॉब्स करते हैं, तो आपका क्या जॉब है? अब मार्केटिंग में आई थिंक.
Actually, I am basically a banker. Currently, I'm doing some business in Oman on my behalf. And this is what I have got is the honorary job for Oman. I have played a lot of cricket in Oman myself, and now I've been moved to manage the team.
मैं एक रेस्टोरेंट है उसमें मार्केटिंग में होता हूँ और हम लोग की ओमान में क्रिकेट टीम भी है, तो क्रिकेट का सिलसिला ज़्यादा है हम लोग का, तो ज़्यादा हम लोग प्रैक्टिस जॉब्स पे भी थोड़ा सा कम जाते हैं, तो हमारे बॉस की तरफ से बहुत सपोर्ट है हम लोग को.
बेसिकली जो कंपनीज हैं वो काफ़ी फ्लेक्सिबल हैं क्रिकेटर्स के लिए, और जब कोई इवेंट आता है तो 5-6 महीने पहले से ही हमारी प्रिपरेशन शुरू हो जाती है, तो उसमें हमें काफ़ी हेल्प मिलती है. जो कंपनीज हैं वो काफ़ी फ्लेक्सिबल हैं, काफ़ी जो हैं वो, क्योंकि उनकी भी अपनी खुद भी डोमेस्टिक में टीम है, तो उनके लिए भी एक ऑनर है कि उनका एक प्लेयर जो है वो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है एक कंट्री के लिए.
Most of the corporates in Oman, they hire cricketers from India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. And all of them mostly managed by Indian and Pakistani chief executives. They have the interest also, and they are giving all possible support. They are releasing the players on time whenever we require to them. Apart from that, they are going to work and then coming back to the skill sessions.
Mabruk.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All your Oman cricket board directors are here, board members are here. What was their reaction immediately? And was there any special announcement for you people?
A long way to go. Still 2 matches remain. I think they all are excited, and they all are very glad and happy for performance like that. I think maybe it will be announcement later.
I was just wondering, what was your mindset when you came out to bat? Were you always confident that you could play that innings, or at what point did you think that you could reach the target?
बस मैं जब गया था तो कोच ने मुझे बहुत बोला कि इंशाल्लाह कर सकते हो, तो हम लोग का यही था कि पार्टनरशिप लंबी करें हम लोग, और क्या बोलते हैं कि हर ओवर में 1-2 बाउंड्रीज आती रहेंगी, तो लास्ट में क्योंकि ड्यू पड़ रहा था तो उसे हमें लास्ट तक हम लोग चाह रहे थे कि लास्ट तक लेके जाएं, तो उस वक्त तक हम लोग इंशाल्लाह लास्ट में बना सकते थे इसको.
Actually, he is Chris Gale of our team. Because as and when we are having some difficult times and try to achieve the targets, our coach, and we always wish him to send him. And today also, coach told him to go and all out for to get the maximum runs in the over that remaining, because it was about 14-15 runs an over required at that time, and he did what we expected from him.
Can you tell us a little bit about the coach and how this helped you guys prepare?
I think all knows is a legend, Sri Lankan former test player, and he's working last 2-3 years, and his experience is very helpful for us, and he's be he'll be very keen to our performance, and I think mostly of the times they said you will be capable to do, you have to do, and you have to capable to do to beat any side. So that I think that confidence will be player. I think will be very, something different.
Were you disappointed when Varan Khan got out in a short span?
I think that time I think that time we need 20 quick runs, like 8-10 balls and 20 runs. They'll be gambling. I think if if they did, he'll be very happy. But unfortunately, they couldn't make it. I think maybe next time.
Mehran is a very potential cricketer like Amir Ali, and we used to keep them, whenever the time comes to get more runs in 1 over. So he is the one who's going, and he goal all over them.
Last question.
आज काफ़ी अच्छी स्किल्स देखने को मिली और कैचेस भी कुछ, एक स्पेशली बड़ा अच्छा कैच पकड़ा गया, तो आप थोड़ा बताएंगे कि कैचेस और फील्डिंग स्किल्स पे कितना टाइम आप दे पाते हैं? आप वैसे वर्किंग क्रिकेटर्स भी हैं।
देखिए 2020 फॉर्मेट जो है वो टोटली एक अच्छा रन आउट, एक अच्छा कैच, मैच चेंज हो जाता है। तो डेफिनेटली और दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट की तरह सबसे फोकस जो है हमारा फील्डिंग पे भी है, और उसमें हम काफ़ी टाइम्स देते हैं कि डे बाय डे इम्प्रूवमेंट आ रही है, और इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट मैचेस में भी आपको नज़र आएंगी।
फील्डिंग में आपने जब वो शॉट मारा, आपको क्या पहले लगा ये तो 6 जा रहा है, फिर उसने कूद के उसको अंदर किया, आप मतलब बताइए क्या हुआ आपके दिमाग में उस वक्त?
जब मैंने वो शॉट मारा था तो मुझे लगा कि वो 6 हो जाएगा, तो मैं उसमें देखता रहा तो वो एक ही रन बना। तो
ऐसी फील्डिंग पे देख के आपको फिर उस टाइम पे कैसा इमीडिएट फीलिंग?
गुस्सा आया, शॉट तो लगा था, छक्का होना चाहिए था, छक्का नहीं हुआ।
The one shot which he hit, it went to the 6th, and that's a brilliant fielding from them. He just popped the ball into the ground. So he was almost sure that it's going for a 6. But once again, he threw that ball inside, so he said, I got very angry on that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.